how you doing, sir? Good, I'm Jeremy. Jeremy, Kevin, nice to meet you. It's my partner, Matt Saylor. Nice to meet you. There you go. Okay. Hey. Hi. Oh, her chest. There you go. You can pretend she's bigger than she is. Hi. Hi. I'm Kevin. Nice to meet you. Where's McKenna? Hi, McKenna. There she is. I'm Kevin.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm Matt.
I just want to talk to her alone. I think Matt wants to speak with you in the hard right office. Okay, that'd be great. Yep, you okay with that?
Yep.
All right. You're not in trouble.
No.
Hi, what's your name? Hayden? Yeah. That's a cool name. I'm not even going to ask your name.
Kyle.
Kyle.
I'm this much.
You're 4? Are you the one that just had a birthday?
That's okay.
It's okay.
No, he's not.
Guys,
He's just a big puppy and he jokes a lot.
you come to my other birthday?
You have another birthday?
Yeah, you come to it?
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Are you having a party?
Sunday.
Sunday.
I'll
Wow.
be this much.
Yeah. Oh, next year he'll be 5, yeah.
I'm just going to skip that, go right to 5. So you guys mind if I talk to you guys real quick?
Yeah.
Sit down if that's all right.
Yeah, no problem.
Buddy, go. You have to stay up here, okay? Because it's not for you. Stay out here, okay? Yeah. Here. You got your best? Yeah. Sit down and watch your song.
Okay, can I get your name again?
It's Jeremy.
Jeremy?
Yep. Lindstrom, Landstron.
What's the date of birth for it?
10/1977.
And your name is?
Jennifer Lindstrom.
Hey, let's hear it, baby. Oh, man.
And date of birth?
7/1/81.
What's that phone number for you, sir?
303. And hers is 4877.
Oh, okay.
Beagle.
4877.
Yeah.
And the address here was
26.
I think they were revealing the new bed right before bedtime.
Okay.
Probably not.
What was your son's name again?
Hayden.
Hayden.
Kaden.
And he's the one that just had a birthday?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so his party was last
Sunday.
This
Just this
Sunday.
Sunday, like 2 days ago. Okay.
August 12th.
And my understanding is that Chris was here for that?
Yes.
Okay. How do you guys know him? With both
I
girls?
worked with them at Longmont Ford.
You work with?
I worked with Chris and
Oh.
Shanann both.
Okay.
When they got out here from North Carolina, that's the dealership that brought them out here.
Oh, okay.
But they haven't worked there in several years.
Yeah.
Do you know when last? How long ago they quit working there?
She left before he did to work at Children's Hospital.
She left when she was pregnant with Bella.
Yeah, so
And
4
Bella-
years
yeah,
ago.
4 years ago.
4 years,
4
okay.
or 5 years
I
ago.
would guess his was probably 2 or 3 years ago. Because she got him the job with the oil field and said it'd make him more money, and he went.
But they both moved out here to work there at the dealership from?
He did, and she just got a job there because
Okay.
she didn't have anything else going on.
So how long ago did they move out here? Roughly.
I would say,
6, 7 years.
yeah, I was gonna say probably 2010-ish, give or take, right?
Well, yeah, because it was a couple years before Bella was born. She was born in 2015.
Had to have been around 2010.
Yeah, It's been several years.
You guys been friends with them that whole time?
Yeah.
Are you kind of casual friends? Are you guys like good friends with them? Do you hang out with them a lot?
It's kind of one of those, like, you've got a best friend and you only see each other a few times a year, but nothing leaves off.
Right.
Because, like, birthday parties, we always see them for their birthday parties, maybe a couple barbecues a year.
Came on Father's Day for a barbecue.
Yeah. Yep.
So Chris was here with both Bella and CeCe.
Yeah.
What was his demeanor when he was here?
Normal. He's always kind of a quiet dude. Doesn't show emotion very much. Yeah.
Just watching after the girls, mostly.
Okay. How many people were here roughly?
Taylor, Jordan, Emmett,
Sebastian.
us, and then just kids.
Less than
Like-
Yeah, most of our neighbors were out of town.
yeah,
Like
less than
5 or 6 adults and a bunch of kids.
Yeah, 5 or 6 kids. Bella, Buddy, Emmett, Kylie, Austin was over here.
So is Jackson. But 2 seconds.
We went back and forth.
Do you want to eat this, buddy? Do you want me to open this? Kylie, can you open this with me?
Before Sunday, when was the last time you talked to either Chris or...
I guess it would have been Saturday. Maybe Friday, because he texted me to see if McKenna could watch the girls so he could go to the Rockies game. He won tickets at work or something.
Oh, okay.
And then I texted him on Saturday and said, hey, I just got Broncos tickets. If you want to go with me to the Broncos game instead. But he said no, his work would get mad if he didn't use the tickets, so.
Mom.
Yeah.
All my toys are blowing away.
No, it's the Rockies game on Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Mom, look at those things going.
I know.
What is it?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's looking nasty. It's northwest of here. It's dark.
It dodges us pretty much every time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
just popped out in front of the door.
Oh, the Broncos played Saturday night, didn't they? That's right.
Yep, there was both games Saturday night.
Okay. Do you know who he went to the Rockies game with?
No idea.
Okay. But he won tickets at work?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay. And your daughter babysat for him?
Yes.
Kenna, right?
Yep.
Is that M-C-K-E-N-N-A?
Look at it.
Oh, careful.
Kind of rough, but after they went to sleep, they did great. So today we're just going to take it fairly easy.
Did she say anything about how that went Saturday?
Be smart.
No, normal. She said that the kids asleep, so it was easy.
You know what time she went over there?
I dropped her off. She's supposed to be there at 4:30, and I dropped her off at 4:25.
Okay. And did you guys go pick her up?
I did.
Okay. What time was that?
Well, I left here around 10 because she said Chris would probably be home around 10.
Okay.
So I left around 10. I got there, I don't know what, less than 10 minutes later, and I had him with me because they were at the game. He fell asleep in the car, so I Snapchatted her and asked her if Chris was home yet, and she said no. I said, okay, well, I'm just going to sit in the car with him because he's sleeping, and then Chris pulled up probably about 15 minutes later, around 10:30ish.
Okay.
The hard part this weekend.
Did you talk to him at all?
No, he went in and went in the garage. I don't even think he noticed I was parked out there.
Oh, okay.
And then, he went in just a couple minutes later and kind of came up.
Okay. Do you know what car he was driving that night?
The white Lexus.
White Lexus.
SUV.
How do you get them like this?
You said he went in through garage. Is that how they normally get in and out of the house?
Yeah. And then when McKenna came out, she came out the front door, and the dog ran out after her. So I saw Chris coming outside to try to get the dog.
Mom.
Did he park in the garage?
Relax, dude.
You said the kids just kind of slept the whole time.
Well, they have a very regimented schedule. So their bedtime is 7. Chris had ordered pizza for them, McKenna said, and I think they, the pizza got there a while after she got there. They ate, played for a little bit, and then it was time for her to get them ready for bed. And I think she said that CeCe went to sleep, but then Bella had come downstairs and said she couldn't sleep, so McKenna had her just come sit downstairs with her for a few minutes, and then she went back upstairs and was able to fall asleep. She said they're really easy to watch compared to the kids.
These monsters.
Who does not go to bed.
No.
Or,
Do you know Bella not being able to sleep, is that normal? Or did she say why? She didn't say anything.
she would say,
I don't know, you said the dog ran out the front door? What kind of dog do they have?
a little wiener dog.
Oh, okay.
His name is Peter, I think.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Peter.
Dieter?
Yeah, I have no idea how you spell
Like
that.
D-E-T-E-R?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's how it sounds anyway, right? Okay. Do you have any other pets?
I don't think so. Shanann's parents lived with them like last year, and they had a couple dogs, but those dogs left with their parents.
Okay.
So I think just the one.
Did you guys talk to Chris on Sunday at the party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything seem different about him, or
No.
any unusual conversations?
No, he was talking to us about they knew the gender of the baby, but it's in the
The
envelope.
reveal party's supposed to be
Yeah.
this week.
So they're supposed to
okay.
reveal the gender this week because they have 2 girls, so maybe that'd be cool for the boy. I asked him if they needed a crib because we still have his old crib, and I know they got rid of all their baby stuff.
Check
for
the
girls.
top spot. I can smell them.
So he said no, we have that taken care of.
So they still have one in the basement.
Yeah. So yeah, we were just watching the girls. CeCe had towards the end of the party, CeCe was on the rock climbing thing, and she kind of slid down and was crying. So Chris, ran over and helped her and said she wanted her blanket, so her blanket wasn't here. So he was having kind of a rough time getting her to calm down.
Oh, okay.
But eventually she did.
How did you do it with that?
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always been good with that. It's,
He's really
we always,
hands-on.
yeah, we've always just referred him as the mellow guy.
Yeah, and Shanann had mentioned, we were planning on having a 3rd kid, and then Chris said he wanted one, and she said that she agreed to it because she knows, what a hands-on dad that he is, and so if it got if it got busy or, overwhelming, that she knew that he'd always be there to help.
So it was kind of his idea to have the 3rd kid?
That's what she had mentioned. That was on Father's Day.
Okay.
So I was like, oh my gosh, you're pregnant. Congratulations. I didn't know you guys were trying or going to have another one. And she's like, we kind of decided, Chris was saying a lot of another one. So.
Did she seem excited about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said she was going to, because of her prior pregnancy, she's had health issues in the past, so her prior pregnancies, she's had, not feeling well.
Sure.
And she said that so far she's feeling really good, so.
No, sir.
I'll yell them out.
And I'm assuming she continued to feel good because she's been traveling a lot.
The prior pregnancy, you know what kind of? Just like morning sickness, you mean, or like other health issues?
Well, she said that she had lupus, yeah, and fibromyalgia, so she had like just a lot of like body pain.
She has migraines a lot. Before they had Bella, she mentioned that the doctor said she'd never even be able to have kids.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She had, those problems. But I know that
She's always been a little weird to me. By way of,
health issues.
Yeah.
And the girls have health issues too. Which isn't, I mean.
Well, and she calls herself Shanann, but her mom calls her Shannon.
Oh, okay.
So she's got a little bit of a rebellious.
Yeah.
That's not her name. It's Shanann.
Yeah.
But you changed the enunciation of it.
Right.
Yeah,
I was wondering about that because it's kind of spelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And we only knew that because her mom came over here for a barbecue one day.
And he called
her Shannon. I'm like, your mom named you, dude. That's how your name was supposed to be. So she's very meticulous with everything. I don't know if you walk around their house or not, but she's got labels and storage containers in the walk-in pantry. Everything's in a certain place.
Yeah, it wasn't quite as organized. Yeah, like when we first moved in here, she kept asking us if we wanted help unpacking and organizing.
Oh, really?
She really like
OCD about it.
stuff to be in its place and clean and
very particular.
Is there any other kind of way she was different? You said she's kind of a different.
Just particular about a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Like just with organizing, everything had to be clean. I picked Chris up one night to take him to the airport late, and he couldn't leave the house to go to the airport until he was done cleaning up the basement. It's very controlling in that way.
Okay.
So we always thought, man, he's just got to be a really good dude to she found the right guy.
yeah.
If she's going to be that personality,
Right.
she found the right
She's
personality.
like the type A, and like I always said, they could never be married because he has that same like way about him.
Right.
They would just butt heads.
Butt
So
Yeah, I mean, even at work, they would hand her his check.
Oh, really?
yeah, like she handled all the finances,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
everything.
But there was never anything like more than just that's their personality.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like mean about it or just.
What is that?
It's just windy, dude.
And like when both Bella and CeCe were babies, she had them on this regimen called, I think it was like Babysitter or something, where every day they did the same thing at the same time so that she could get them on like a set.
I think
Oh, okay.
And that's how they go to bed. Like
Oh, it did?
and now they know every night. They know they have to go turn on their white noise machine and
it wasn't
get in their bed. And they kind of said they both went to the bathroom by themselves and they didn't even have to go to the bathroom, which she found pretty impressive for a 3 or 4-year-old. Especially again, because this guy's not potty trained. So she's like, compared to him, they were like super easy to watch.
But that's her style of, and she's very consistent with everything. She's the one that can come up with an idea and she will stick it out.
Yeah, like this whole Thrive thing. I mean,
She's been doing that.
She's stuck to it for a long time. And
She's doing good because she's consistent.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of consistent people in the world that
Yeah.
follow. Like, I'm going to do this week and actually do it. That just sucks that she's missing.
You said she handled the finances. Do you know what their finances were like? Were they doing well? Were they in money troubles? Do you have any idea?
They, at one point, before she started doing Thrive and stuff like that, they were a little bit struggling, but since then...
Yeah, and I know that Thrive pays for their car payments because they earned like a VIP status.
I know she's very good at she's a couponer, like...
Yeah, she always knows.
She watches everything. She pays attention to savings.
Yeah, but at one point she had a part-time job at Children's Place, so she could get discount, like maybe just like one day a week, so she could get discounts on clothes for the girls. She wanted them to have
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
And yeah, and I know that they would go on trips with Thrive that were
Because of
paid,
their accomplishment.
that were paid for. Like sometimes she would just go, but sometimes Chris would go too. Like they went to Dominican Republic, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She wins the trips every
yeah,
year.
she wins
She's
the
focused
trips.
on trying to win.
Everybody's different, I say.
She tries to have Chris go on the bigger trips, you know, like the nice ones. But sometimes I think she just does conventions, maybe, like these smaller trips that she goes on. But I know her and Chris, before she went to visit her mom during the summer, her and Chris had gone to San Diego on a trip for a few days.
Okay.
Kenna mentioned they were going to Aspen this weekend on Friday. And while she was babysitting, Shanann had texted McKenna and asked if she could babysit the girls again on Friday because they were going to Aspen for the weekend and whoever was watching the girls couldn't watch them until 7 and they wanted to leave earlier because of traffic. So she was wondering if McKenna could babysit the girls from like 4:30 to 7. And McKenna asked me, and I said, that's fine. She would just have to pick you up because I won't be home from work until 5, but then I could pick you up at 7. And she told Shanann that, and Shanann said, okay, well, we'll talk about it, you know, later in the week or whatever as it gets closer.
Okay.
And I don't know if the Aspen trip was...
Well, she was just in North Carolina for like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Before Arizona.
Without Chris.
Okay.
With her parents. But I think Chris came at the end. On Facebook, I saw them like at the beach and Chris was there. So.
You guys know what that was about?
I don't know. No idea. I remember when they were here on Father's Day, she said she was going to be gone.
Yeah.
So invite Chris over so he's not bored at home.
Yeah. And I don't know. She's never gone on a trip that long before.
But it's not abnormal. Her parents lived with her for a year. And then she had a friend from Hawaii come out for like 6 months or something.
Oh, really?
So it's not uncommon for them
But
to do those long trips.
The girl from Hawaii came out though because Shanann had neck surgery.
Yeah.
And so she wasn't going to be able to lift the girls.
Oh,
and with
okay.
Chris at work, she needed help.
That's right.
I think that girl came out because her husband was on a deployment or something. So she's like, yeah, sure, I'll come out and help you. I don't have anything else going on. So she's met all like different people from Thrive that like we don't know of. You know, never met. The only one we met from Thrive is the girl that when she was visiting from Hawaii, and that was last summer.
So you said she's kind of a very regimented person.
Yeah.
Is that true, like in her schedule too? And I mean, is she kind of a person of habit? She does the same thing every day?
Yeah. I would say yes.
Yeah.
That's why it was weird that the kids didn't show up at school. Because she's not the person that the kids wouldn't have been brought to their first day of school.
Okay, you probably put it yeah.
When was the first day of school?
Yesterday.
Okay.
And our neighbors go to school. Their kid goes to school with their kid.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, yeah, I didn't see him there.
And she'll always post on Facebook. Like she's a big Facebook poster to the point sometimes where people are like, okay, like overkill. But she'll
block
post,
her for a while.
Like she'll post the girls like hugging each other before school and look at the cute outfit I put them in, and or she'll post a long list of before I took the girls to school, because of my Thrive, I was able to do laundry, vacuum, get all this stuff done before I would leave.
She does like people to know what she's doing.
Yeah. Or if she's, making something that she's proud of for food, she'll post it on there of, look at my homemade thing, that's been in my family for this long. And like when Bella was a baby, she'd always be posting homemade baby food and Bella eating baby food, and like she just really she
likes to share everything.
She likes to share everything. She's a very open book.
So it would definitely be out of character for her to just disappear like this.
Yes.
It's the Lindstrom couple.
So,
without her phone, her purse, her car seats, car.
Yeah.
And like I was thinking, it would be out of character for her to even go on a morning walk. To go outside and not have anything with her and then come up missing.
Like Shanann's a person, if you text her, she always has her phone with her and she'll text you right back. Like she's She always
Always has her phone.
always has her phone.
How did you guys learn that she didn't have that stuff now?
I went over to Chris's last night. I know him
Okay.
well enough. It's like when I saw her mom post on Facebook
Yeah.
that Shanann was missing.
You're like,
I read it like 6 times and I'm like, what is this?
yeah, like, is
And I
it,
looked at her and I said, I think Shanann's missing with the girls.
and like,
And so I called over there because another one of our friends, Dave, lives in the neighborhood. And I'm like, you're closer than I am. Go knock on his door and see what's going on. You know, and he texted me back and he goes, yeah, it's for real. And I was in my truck and I'm like,
because we thought maybe her
I'm
mom
going
was,
over there.
her mom's in North Carolina, so maybe her mom just doesn't know all the pieces to the story and is being, you know, freaked out.
and we look at the clock, it's 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I'm
And
like,
I'm
no,
like,
those
no.
kids are asleep at 7.
Yeah, those kids are not in their bed. That's a big deal.
And so I was in there, and I was there, and you know, it was like, I was like, it's either him or Dave said, yes, she doesn't have her phone, she doesn't have her car's in the garage. And I go over there and I'm like, do you have her phone? Look at her phone. Who did she text? Who called her? Who did she call? He's like, cops already took the phone. I said, okay, so they're gonna look through the phone. I'm like, she texted me, are the car seats in the car? It's like, I didn't even think about that.
So I'm like,
I asked him, I
maybe
said,
she
the car seats?
Uber pick her up or
Yeah, I'm like, if she just said she's out, then, I mean, normally people that are out, they're at least going to take their phone and car
Right.
seats and
yeah, and the kids' medication.
kid stuff. And yeah,
CeCe is highly allergic to certain things, like
because that was my
anaphylactic.
first thing. I was like,
Anaphylactic allergic.
the kid doesn't have
Yeah.
their medicines. And then I asked Chris, I'm like, she left the medicine too? Like, he's like, well, we have spare medicine in the basement, so she could have taken something.
Okay.
But I don't know. I didn't want to grill him with questions because obviously he's going through something and doesn't need to hear it from 37
Right.
people. I'm like, you need anything, dude? I'll stay here the whole night. I don't care.
What was his demeanor like last night?
Just like the blank stare. Just, I don't know. My phone's blowing up. He's like, I just want to go finish cleaning and try to go to bed. And I'm like, okay, I guess some people get nervous, get weird, get to start cleaning. I don't know.
Do you think that's our normal reaction?
I don't know. I don't know what people do.
Yeah, everybody
You
reacts
know,
differently.
everybody's
But
yeah.
based on what you know of him, do you think that's a...
I'm sure he cleans a lot.
Yeah.
He does a lot of work around the house, the yard work, but more so she'll have her lists that need to be completed.
He probably just didn't know what to do with himself.
I'm sure. I was like,
Did he seem concerned?
concerned, yes. Just more of a shocked face. Like, it's like, I have no idea. I'm like, where would they go? Who would they go to? Like, I mean, I'm the question head. Like, I've got to try to figure this out. That's the way my brain turns into.
Right.
Yeah, and like we've been talking about this like nonstop.
Right.
If obviously if things weren't left behind, it would just be like, okay, they're having problems.
Yeah.
She needs a break or whatever. They had a fight.
Did he say anything like that? Like they had a fight or they had a blowout or... Did he give you an idea of what he thought? I mean, did he say anything?
Nothing. He was on the phone with his mom, and then he's like, oh, my mom says everybody's making it look like I did something on Facebook, and I shouldn't even look at Facebook. And I'm like, dude, I said, should we go look at the park? Should we go walk around? Should we go somewhere? He goes, no, the cops told me to stay at the house because I wouldn't even know where to look and what to look for. I'm like, because I always worry, like, what if they went to the pool? I mean, yeah, they probably didn't go to the pool, but what if they did go to the pool and they went in the pool bathroom and the door broke on the inside and they couldn't get out? Like, it's just not normal
Yeah, it's just like
for her to not be there.
trying to piece all this. Like none of it
None
makes
of it makes sense
and that's
at all.
like the bottom line. Is none of it makes sense.
And when you know the people, it's even harder to make sense out of it.
Right.
And it's freaking weird to see their faces
There was a dead bird on the
plastered
driveway.
on the news. To see
Like
their
those
faces
random-
plastered on the news and be like, we just saw those girls on Sunday. I don't know if we're the
And
last
nothing
people that
was
saw
out of
those
normal.
girls. Like since then.
I mean, obviously we weren't the last time to see them all together.
But it's just
So they went home from here and
it makes
went to work or whatever, and
I keep trying to think like best case scenario, but I can't stop thinking about where
I just don't know if she's vindictive enough to do all this just to mess with them or not, you know? But you don't know who's who.
Right.
You really don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
A million things that could go through your head.
Right.
You want to err on the side of everything's okay, and
Yeah.
she's just being stupid right now. But
But where would she go be stupid? Like, they don't have family out here.
Right.
It's just friends.
And some people, I mean, if she's cheating on him or he's cheating on her, and they're telling nobody, then nobody knows any of that.
So neither of them have said anything like that to either of you guys?
Never. I mean,
They're pretty,
they don't even strike you as the type of people that would be having an affair on each other.
like, they're pretty, like, cookie cutter, and, I mean, they're, like, looks like they have the perfect life.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
But that's what you see every time on the news. When something happens, it's like, oh, they were the greatest neighbors. They were,
Right.
I don't know what happened. And at this point, nobody knows what happened. I just hope they're not stuck somewhere and nobody's trying to find where they're trapped or stuck.
So you mentioned that when you saw the thing on Facebook, you called Dave.
Yeah.
Who is that?
He's one of the neighbors. He used to be he used to own a body shop in Longmont
Okay.
that used to fix some of our used cars.
Oh, okay.
But he happened to live in the same neighborhood.
You know his last name?
Neighborhood, Collon, C-O-L-O-N.
Do you have an address or phone number
I
for him?
know.
Okay. How'd you get a hold of him?
No, phone number, yes. Sorry,
That's okay.
address, no. Ruby something, I think he said is his street name.
Okay.
But yes.
Same neighborhood though.
Okay. Literally, I think it's like a street over. One of the diagonals. I've never been to their house.
First ever Christmas recital.
303 356.
Was there anybody else over there when you were over there besides you and Dave?
No. And we were probably there for maybe 15, 20 minutes or so. Just kind of, do you need something from us? Like, what can we do to help?
Do you know what? So, and he said, no, the cops told him to stay at the house.
Yeah, he's like, all I can do is wait and hope that they're somewhere and that they're safe. And
Do you notice anything in the house looked out of place? Anything like that?
no, their house is always clean.
Yeah.
And so tomorrow we got a photo shoot.
Who else are their friends that you guys know of?
We were just talking about that.
We were talking about that. We don't really.
Yeah.
They had some friends that we knew a long time ago, but we haven't seen it posted on Facebook or anything like that in years.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I think they just hang out with like Thrive people, like people they know from Thrive.
I think Chris works a lot, and she works a lot on Thrive, 24 hours a day, posting and trying to sell Thrive stuff. And I mean, we only see them probably 4 or 5 times a year.
And usually it's them coming over here. Like we haven't been over to
We
their
were there
house.
for a football game once, for
Yeah.
Steelers game.
But that was like
Steelers fans there.
Oh.
that was like what that was a baby.
But she posts so much stuff on Facebook, it's as if you.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely know like where they are, what they're doing.
Is he on social media at all?
Nah, not really. Every now and again he might post something Thrive, but it's very far between.
What does he post on?
Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah. Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight. He's been working out. He's like, she posts pictures of, look at my man working out with the kids, doing push-ups with one of them on their back. Like, that's why it's so odd that it's like just, I don't know.
He's lost a lot of weight recently?
The last year or 2 years, they both did. That's kind of their Thrive thing, and they show themselves and how much weight they've lost since they've been doing Thrive, and having this extra energy to do work around the house, clean up. You know, I can get up at 5 in the morning because I have Thrive and all that different stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
You don't know who any of her friends are, or his friends?
No, and we watched on 9 News, they interviewed some lady that said she was her best friend, but I didn't recognize her.
No.
And Dave lives in the neighborhood, but I don't know that he's said hi or hung out with him in years.
Okay.
They're not. They knew each other, but they weren't neighbor enough. I think they hung out maybe twice since they both lived there. But I knew he lived in the neighborhood, and I was like, hey, go knock on his door.
I mean, the girls don't really know what Cajun Christmas is anyway.
So weird.
I feel kind of blindsided by Adam. I mean, I've done nothing.
So you found out on Facebook, right?
Yeah, her mom posted something that my daughter was missing.
It sucks.
And you see that stuff on Facebook so often, it's just kind of scroll through it, and I had to have read it 6 times. And I'm like, no. Like, there's no way. They were just here yesterday. Well, Chris and the girls.
Right.
Like, they were just here yesterday. And why, you know, I mean, me and Chris don't text often, but it's like, why did he text me and say, hey, have you seen the girls? Have you seen Shanann? Like, where is everybody?
What's the reason she didn't come to the party?
Arizona?
Arizona.
She's in Arizona.
Do you know what that was for?
Thrive
The
Convention.
Thrive.
Yeah, she had, when they came over on Father's Day, I mentioned to her that we're going to be having this party, you know, sometime in mid-August, and she's like, okay, well, I'll be...
Look at that. That's cool. It's cake? That's yummy cake. What flavor is it?
Strawberry.
Strawberry? It looks like strawberry. It's pink, huh?
And this one's raspberry.
Raspberry.
She said, she's like, she said, just send me, like,
Yummy yogurt.
the email invitation,
I
and
have to check my ribs for that.
Yeah, no, sure.
I won't be here, but Chris will bring the girls, and
Okay.
then, so,
Okay.
The wind gone?
which is, I mean, I think kind of normal for her to be out of town now, because she's, for her, you know, for her business and stuff,
Okay. She travels a lot.
yeah.
And when she does travel, does Chris usually do stuff with the kids like that?
Yeah, I think, what? Cake? No, what are you giving our neighbors said that they, because they're all in the preschool class, and I think they said they've seen Chris take the girls to a birthday party before.
Okay.
She's been out of town. It was pretty good, and like, when they got here, like, their hair were in little ponytails and stuff, so obviously Chris did that.
Right.
So, I mean, he seems to do a pretty good job at taking on the mom role and taking care of them.
Hold up there. Okay. You go floppies for blowing in the wind.
This is all just really weird.
It's too real. It's too weird.
I just picture them sitting in a hole. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
What's your guys' theory? What do you guys think happened?
I look at the, like, you can't put anything past anybody in this world, because everybody's freaking weird, right?
Yeah, like people could be struggling even past, you know, quirkiness or weirdness. People could be struggling with stuff that you don't know about at any time. And if she is pregnant and having
Have some cake.
stress,
I'll have some later.
you know,
I just ate.
That's stress and
with stuff and the marriage, I mean,
I worry that her life, if I'm being real, I really worry that she doesn't have any of the issues she says she has. It causes me to believe that she's got a different issue completely.
What do you mean by that?
Like, it almost felt to me like every time a commercial came on TV, she had that disease.
Oh, okay.
You know, and doctors say I'm never going to have kids. And then you're on your third one. You know, but I'm pretty I don't know. I'm weird about that stuff too. Like, I don't believe everybody has everything they say they have.
Yeah.
But for her to have everything, I don't think so. You know, so it wouldn't put it past me for her to just up and take off.
Yeah.
It really wouldn't. You know, that's my hardest thing, because I want to believe that that's the truth, because I don't want to believe anything else.
Right. Right.
I don't believe Chris would ever harm a fly.
Okay.
That's me knowing Chris.
Right.
I don't know what happens behind the closed doors.
Right.
I don't know if her OCD and honey-do list and you're doing this before you leave has gotten to him. You know? Doubt it. His personality doesn't really convey something like that.
Yeah.
Would he ever touch his girls? No way. But who knows if she didn't come home and say, this baby's not yours. You know, that's all the stuff that goes in my head. Like, oh, I've been in North Carolina because I've been with the dad of the real daddy. You never know what story pops out of nowhere and causes people to go nuts.
Right.
But it wouldn't surprise me that she's at somebody's house, her friend's house, like, and she did all that stuff just to, I'm leaving all my stuff behind just to get in his head. Because maybe he didn't do something he was supposed to do, or I don't know. I hope that's it, because it's a safer situation.
Right.
I don't know.
You guys mentioned earlier that she was telling you about the.
Stop, buddy.
Was it him or her that was telling you that the gender was in the envelope? And
He was.
Okay.
She mentioned it before that they were going to do a gender reveal.
Okay.
He mentioned, I asked him, I said, who knows who it is? Because somebody's got to do the reveal.
Right.
And he said that they have another friend who knows what the sex is.
So they didn't know?
No. He said they don't know what it is yet, but they have a friend who does and was doing something with champagne bottles, colors or something.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know who that friend is. It's why it's all weird, because the conversations were way too normal with plans in the future. Like,
Right.
typically if there's no, hey, we're going to Aspen this weekend, can your daughter watch the kids on Friday? You know, if there's something bad that's going to happen, there's no plan.
Right.
Who knows?
And they both seemed excited and happy about the baby.
Yeah. She loves having the kids. I mean, she posts everything about them.
Right.
I mean, as far as we know and see. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
If they were having marital problems, I have no idea.
They hit it good.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. They don't tell everybody else if they're having problems.
Okay. Anything else? Anything we should know? Anybody else that we should talk to?
No, I mean, just all weird.
Yeah.
Way too weird.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to guess, she's somewhere. But she'd never take the kids without the car seats. And that's where my mind always goes back to, why wouldn't you take your phone? If you're going to leave your husband, you take your stuff with you.
Right.
Unless you want to just be vindictive and cause this big ordeal.
Yeah.
You'd say, look at what I did. Or,
So she likes the attention on Facebook. Is this something she would do to get attention, you think?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. And I think that's the same issue with all the diseases, to get the attention. Does she have one of them? Maybe. Does she have any of them? Probably.
Right.
Does she have all of them? Probably not. You know, like, don't know. You know, she changed the enunciation of her name. Like, what rebellious does she have? I don't know. I'm not a psychologist or,
Right.
you know, but I see patterns, not even on purpose. But if I was to guess, she's at somebody's house.
Okay.
And that nobody on Facebook has said anything. It's going to be the one on Facebook that's not posting anything that's probably where she's at.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess her friend Nicole dropped her off at the airport, and apparently she's the one that called the cops, according to Facebook anyway. But did they talk about it on the way home from the airport? Who knows?
Were they in Arizona for however many days together? Sure. Did they talk about him the whole time, maybe? And hey, when I get back, I'm gonna do this. Who knows?
Right.
You know, my heart goes more towards that direction than the other direction. Being that he was here on Sunday with the kids, and if he had ambitions of doing anything stupid,
Right.
probably wouldn't have been here on Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Playing with the kids and having them play with water balloons and I don't know.
Shan have Instagram?
I said maybe.
Oh, she has everything, but she's got to. That girl's got it all.
I mean, but I wasn't really, like, see the last time.
But I hate to think of my friends that way.
Right.
That's not, you know.
Hold it down, Mom.
And of course, I get texts from people that, used to work with her, that used to work there and see it on Facebook. And it's the same, you kind of get some of the same character things. Of, you doing this on purpose?
Kind of a common
thought
among people.
Yeah. Attention, is there something she wasn't getting enough attention of? She reached her limit in her head? I don't know. Is she tired of living so many lives that she is?
I think so. Yeah, they call that your.
I don't know. I don't. I just hope that they're safe.
She's the reason why I have Snapchat. It's easier to get a hold of her. Yes, of course. It's easier to get a hold of her that way.
You know, if he has
Thank you, please talk with us.
I don't know if you guys, I remember.
If what?
If Chris has
Snapchat or anything like that for him.
I have Snapchat with like 7 people.
Well, look and see if he's on there because when you download Snapchat, all the contacts in your phone.
Where do I go to friends?
How your daughter show you?
Yeah.
She's 16 almost.
I know, she's got this under control.
We need to hire some 16-year-olds to do our phone work for us.
Seriously.
Yes. She wants to go into law enforcement possibly. So
Oh, well, good.
You can be the phone person.
There you go.
Can you search friends?
Type them in. Oh gosh, what are you doing? Add friends?
That's what I was under because you don't have them on. Search his name.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, right there.
Or can you click
I
on
don't even have them added.
Ooh, let me just
He
take a
doesn't
picture of
even
that.
have a score, so he's probably never used it.
That's all right. There's some info there. Can you take a picture of that?
Yeah.
Oh, and I have Shanann's email because
Yeah, what's that?
I did e-bike for his
Do
birthday
you have
party.
an email for him too?
So
I bet you I do. If I, would it be under his contacts?
It could be.
I don't have it there, but have I ever emailed him? Because it would save, right? In my Yahoo?
mine's only on my e-bike because I've only emailed her on e-bike for the birthday party.
No, I don't have anything Chris oriented on my sent emails or ever typed in.
But you have an email.
And I have
Chris
I don't do this
And
thing yet.
Shanann's like one of our emergency contacts for the
Hold on, guys.
stuff. Like as an alternate person to contact.
I think we were like the only ones they knew out here when they first moved out here.
Yeah.
No, they knew the people that Jeannie girl.
Daddy.
Jeanine.
The one they lived with.
Yeah, they lived with them.
They lived with.
They lived with them when they first moved here.
That's it.
Like while their house was getting built. And then the last time
That's pretty cool.
Hey.
baby shower.
Hot Wheels, huh?
Because she threw the baby shower.
Look at that.
And who's that?
That's a good one.
It's like one of those names where
And I tried to I looked at Shanann's Facebook on my phone to try to look at her friends' names, and everything's blocked to see her friends that you aren't associated with.
Right.
But I don't know if they're still.
She knows her social media really good.
I haven't heard anything about her phone stuff.
Just keep the hell somewhere else. I had a guy that I work with was at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo for that.
Oh, really?
His Tesla got smashed
Oh no.
Tesla.
to the ground.
Ouch.
It looked like the car just got completely lowered. It was probably
Really?
his fault. They smashed the pillars. Like he said, I've never seen it ever like that. He's lived in Colorado his whole life.
Wow. It's been a bad year.
For hail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are consistent with those August birthdays.
His due date was August 30th. He just came a couple weeks early. Otherwise, we were done for. Oh yeah, toughest month of the year.
No doubt. They spent lots of money.
116, turning 10, her new Jeep's in the garage. She just can't wait to get her license.
That dog can't wait to get a bite of that food. She's excited.
Oh, good, thank
so old
you.
now, the only thing she's got is food.
Yummy, yummy, yummy,
Do ya? Is that from your party?
A card. Happy card.
Very cool.
Take your time.
And I got some candy.
Wow. Oh, I'm good. Thank you. You have it.
Here's a candy for you.
Oh, well, thank you so much. But I don't eat candy. It's bad for you.
It's bad for your temple.
It's an airhead? How about you eat it for me?
Yeah, you can't eat it.
Okay. Is your hair pink? Red?
Red. My color red.
Your hair is not red. It's white.
What? I don't see color white.
Looks kind of like blondish brown.
Yeah.
Whoa. That was scary.
Okay?
That was a downer. He was trying to go skateboard.
You're out. Step on his truck.
Buddy, is it too windy for you? Come on. Get up.
It's his birthday.
Oh.
That was yesterday.
I gotta give credit to the officers. They're so sweet with these kids. That's awesome.
But you didn't leave your doors out.
Talk about double duty.
Yeah. As I turn around.
Well, if someone would just tell them to put them away, I'm sure that never happened.
Never. Alright?
Okay, I'm just gonna act like I'm gonna make a new party.
Weird.
You know, buddy was thinking, he was like, oh.
I saw that, Tammy. I'm so excited. How's the material? It looks amazing, and I really wish I could have ordered a sample one, but they didn't have that as an option for me.
That's what I'm trying to get to. I just see that she replied yes that she's coming, but when I make a guest list, her email comes up. So I have to make a guest list because it's the only way I know how to do it. Find her email.
Is it super soft? Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't search her friends because her Facebook stuff's all locked up. As far as looking at her friends.
Right.
Okay.
You just have to hit the store there, Lori, the merch store. The link is...
I have 3 emails in here for her because I can't spell, I can never spell her name. So,
The link's on the About page, but maybe Tammy can grab it. I'm not sure.
I don't think it's the last one because I have too many N's.
Oh, you're getting Shanann's email. I thought you were talking about her friend that they moved out here with.
But I don't
I was like, well, that's pretty
I can
impressive.
never figure out how to spell her first name. Yeah, so whatever the correct spelling of her name is her email.
Okay, great.
Because I can't spell her name different.
It's Shannon with an A.
Her
Her mom calls her Shannon.
I think her name is Shannon.
And her mom calls her Shannon.
Yeah.
I like how she changed it to Shanann. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of fancy.
Yeah, well, it makes people remember it.
Yeah.
You know, she's in the marketing industry. Pretty smart.
Yeah, makes sense.
She seems like a pretty smart person.
Yeah.
See, they're not bashing her.
Matt, you good?
I'm good.
All right. We appreciate you guys being
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry that you had to be involved in some weird stuff like this at your age. It's no fun.
I'll leave my card in case you guys think of something else
You
or.
have my card.
Yeah.
If you think of anything, call me. If anything comes up, you can talk about, call me.
So are you guys taking over for the police then, or is it
No,
like
we'll work with the police. So CBI and FBI and local police are all working on this right now. So we're just here to help. We work major cases on a regular basis on like what they do.
Well, especially for a small town.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, we work on this town basis, kidnappings and stuff like that pretty regularly.
Yeah.
So they call us for that.
So is this like considered a kidnapping or?
Considered a missing person.
Yeah.
We work missing persons all the time. Alternate shootings, all these things, you know. So just more experience and more on-the-job learning. So, and the more people on the ground that come, you know, there was only how many guys at TV, they can't come out here and talk to you guys. They still have to answer calls for service.
More awesomeness.
Those guys out there, so that's why we exist, just to supplement. We do take cases that we don't want. So they can keep it, and we just help. So, but they're doing a good job. I think they're trying really hard.
Yeah.
She's doing a really good job at hiding. She's hiding.
You think she's hiding?
I don't know. Like I was telling him, I'm like, I err on the side of she wanted to just uproot and
Well, we've seen Gone Girl.
yeah.
I mean, have you seen Gone Girl? No.
Matt?
Yeah.
Have you seen Gone Girl?
Seen it.
But I don't.
Ben Affleck, right?
Yeah.
The one with Ben Affleck?
Yep.
I don't know that she's dumb enough, if you will, to take it this far.
Yeah. Like,
You know.
but that's what I'm saying. I can understand that she takes her stuff and says I'm
out
leaving
or whatever.
and I'm not telling you where I went, or I went home to North Carolina because that's where all my family is.
That's the hardest, yeah.
But
I mean, but sometimes
the
you leave
stuff-
and then you see all the stuff on Facebook and then you get too scared to say
Right.
anything, and now it's gone too far.
yeah,
Like, I don't know.
yeah. But
Hey, McKenna, just so you know, I'd ask anything that we talk about, just keep it to yourself. Don't share it with your friends. Or if reporters come knocking on your door, which they won't. But if anybody asks you for questions, just say, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay? That's between you and me and your parents.
what?
Okay? All right.
Cool.
All right. Thank you, folks, for your time.
Appreciate
All
it.
right. We appreciate it.
Beautiful home.
Yeah.
See you later, dog.
Yeah.
You're trying,
We'll
but
do our best. Thank you.
thank you.
That was a big old section.
Yeah.
I don't have a room big enough.
Okay, so usually I like to break the situation when we have a live, but oh, thanks. Was that the link for the merch store? Because that's awesome if you got that, Tammy. And then, okay, so I just wanted to add to that, though, you guys. Some of you were hesitant. Thank you so much, Tammy. You're the best. Some of you guys were like, oh, the Lindstroms, you know, they only bash Shanann, blah, blah, blah. Let's remember that, you know, everybody was just kind of picking apart everything that's ever happened, trying to see, you know, what possibly could have happened. You know, everybody was kind of guessing and throwing out the worst case sort of scenario situations, you know, to kind of describe what they think might have happened. I mean, nobody wanted to believe that somebody as normal as Chris Watts could have gone off the deep end and, you know, annihilated his entire family. So, you know, he definitely, I think, you know, they were wonderful people. They're really kind. You know, they were definitely just trying to pick apart everything. So let's listen to the daughter now. She was the last person to babysit the girls. I think that she'll offer a different perspective. And I believe that Shanann even checked in with her as well.
And knows your dad is Jeremy?
Yes.
And Jeremy knows you're talking with me right
Yes.
now. Okay. So we're talking about Chris and Shanann Watts and some responsibilities you might have had for babysitting their children.
Yes.
So how long have you known Chris and Shanann?
My dad used to work with them, and I think I got to meet them when I was around 6 or 7 years old.
So Jeremy is your dad?
Yes.
And who did he work with?
He worked with both of them. They both worked at Longmont Ford. Shanann was a salesperson, and Chris was a mechanic.
Okay. Do you remember when that was?
I would say probably in 2013 or 14-ish is when they all worked there at the same time.
What did your dad do there?
He was an internet manager.
Does your dad still work at?
No, he works at Siltahar Motors now.
Works at Siltahar. Okay, down in Boulder.
Yeah.
And do you know what Chris and Shanann do now?
Yes. Shanann advertises this thing called Thrive, which is a patchy word that gives you like energy boosts, I guess. And then Chris does the oil company where they drill in the ground to find oil. I think it's called Anadarko.
Anadarko,
Yeah.
so he works there.
Yes.
And Shanann, does she mainly, or Shanann, sorry, mainly work from home?
Yes.
Or does she travel, or?
She travels for business when they have like conventions and stuff, and she posts on Facebook, and I think she advertises, and that's what her job is, to advertise for Thrive.
Okay, so she's an advertiser, and he works in the oil industry.
Mm-hmm.
And so you think you've known them since 5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
So you babysit for them not on a regular basis or on a regular basis?
Not on a regular basis.
So how many times have you babysat for them?
Just once.
Once. And when was that?
Saturday night.
Okay, so today is the 14th. Monday is the 13th. Sunday's the 12th.
So the 11th.
So the 11th.
Yes.
Okay, so you babysat for them on Saturday. What time did you start babysitting?
4:30 p.m.
4:30 p.m.?
Yes.
And who asked you to babysit?
Chris had contacted my dad.
On what day?
Friday.
Do you know what time?
No, I do not know what time.
And he asked,
He asked if I could babysit their kids while he went to the Rockies game, and Shanann was out of town.
do you know who he was going to the Rockies game with?
He said something about how it was with his work or something from his work. Because my dad was going to the Broncos game that night. And my dad had invited him to go to the Broncos game because he had an extra ticket. And he said he couldn't because this is something from work.
So friends or something from work?
Yeah.
Did you see, so what time, how did you get to his house? Did you babysit there or did he come here?
I went there, my mom dropped me off.
And that was on Saturday.
Yes.
Your mom, what's your mom's name?
Jennifer.
Lindstrom?
Yes.
Do you know your mom's birthday?
July 1st, 1981.
That's awesome. Yeah. Your mom's birthday. So Saturday, your mom drops you off. What time?
4:30.
Was anybody at the house?
Chris and his 2 daughters.
Okay. What are his daughters' names?
Celeste and Bella.
How old's Celeste?
She's 3 and Bella is 4.
Anybody else at the house besides those 3?
No.
So tell me what happens. Your mom drops you off. Does your mom come in with you?
No.
You just get out?
Yeah.
Go in by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a cell phone?
I do.
What's your number?
720-326.
And your address is 265 Sunbeam Court, Erie.
Yes.
So you go into the house. Chris, Celeste, and Bella are there. All right. And does Chris tell you what he wants you to do, or
Yeah.
tell me what Chris tells you?
I
And you said, sorry, let me back up real quick.
Alright, of course I accidentally touched a button. Cheese whiz. So sorry, you guys. You know, but I know that a lot of you guys have heard that interview particularly. I wonder how many had listened to the interview involving the neighbor, David. So we'll carry right along as I wanted to do with this particular show. I wasn't planning to break it at all.
Chaotically.
Yeah.
Somebody always doing something.
Yeah.
So you don't get interrupted.
Oh, thank you. I just didn't know where else to put them.
Yeah, whatever. Once you get okay. Use trash office.
We'll use the division sheet.
Cool. Thank you.
At least you guys know I'm literally right here, hey? This interview coming up is going to be with David Collon, the other neighbor.
Yeah, there you go. Best part of the day.
I'm not going to sit in that chair.
Here's my cards, you know who I am. So, obviously we spoke on the phone. My name's Kellen Hassens. I'm with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and we're assisting the Frederick Police Department on that missing persons case that they're working on right now. Your name came up as somebody that we should talk to that might have some information just about the general situation, so that's why we're here, you know, name on a list. So if you could kind of explain to us how you're involved in this and what you might know about the situation, that would be a good place to start.
Well, how I'm involved, I guess I'm just friends with them.
Okay.
Met them like 7 years ago when they moved up from North Carolina.
Okay.
I had my own business at the time. I do what's called reconditioning cars.
Okay.
Not here, but it's like dents and paint and window tint and that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I worked at the dealership.
Thanks, Lori.
Not for the dealership, my own business that they worked at.
Okay.
So that's how we met.
Okay.
So we've been pretty good friends, and then, of course, I bought a house, and they said, where do you live? So they bought a house in the same neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
I'm really right around the corner, like 2 minutes away.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I know them.
Uh-huh.
As far as knowing anything about what's going on, you know, not much. I mean, honestly, it's just, you know, what Chris has told me.
Okay.
I talked to him a few times. I went to see him that night. I'm off on Mondays. I was actually home. I was actually painting something at that same time that I guess Nicole came over around noon. I think what the news said.
So well, tell us what you remember about Monday. That'd be a good place to start. So.
The only thing on Monday that it was later at night. I got a text from a buddy of mine named Jeremy, and Jeremy said, "Hey, what's going on with Chris and Shanann?" So I have no idea. What do you mean? He says, "Well, it's all over Facebook." I said, "Well, I don't have her on Facebook." Blah blah blah. I said, "Okay." So anyway, he says, "Yeah, she's missing," and I was kind of like, oh, "Whatever."
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, didn't believe that, and so I text Chris. He didn't reply right away, so I called him. And then he answered, and then that's when he said, he goes, you know, I went to work, and like, someone came over, came home, and they've been gone ever since, and all her stuff, all her personal stuff is here, everything, phone, keys, everything. I was like, oh, wow, dude. So I walked over to his house just to talk to him about everything, and that's it. That's Monday.
Okay. What time did you speak to him on the phone?
That day?
Yeah.
I have a record on it. I'm thinking 9-ish.
9 p.m.?
Yeah, about 9 p.m.
And I don't think I have your address. Do you have like an ID that I could write down?
You know, I don't. I don't know why. We can get it after this.
No, that's fine. Can you just give me your legal name and all that stuff?
Yeah, David.
Okay.
And you need middle, John.
Okay.
And my last name is Collon, C-O-L-O-N.
Okay. And what's your birthday?
May 15th, 67.
And the telephone number for you that I've been calling, is that your cell phone?
That's my cell, yeah. That's the only number I got.
Okay. And what is your address?
6320. All three. Ruby Hill Drive, third quarter.
Okay. Sorry, I meant the Ruby Hill part.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
And that's Frederick as well. Okay. All right. So, is Jeremy just another friend of yours, or who is he?
Jeremy was also kind of all mutual friends from the dealership. It's a Ford dealership in Longmont Ford.
Okay.
Jeremy was a manager there, and
I don't remember what his title was, internet manager or whatever. But,
Yeah.
so yeah, he would, excuse me, we're all kind of friends. So Jeremy, that's when he contacted me.
Okay. So you reach out to Chris by text.
Yeah.
Don't hear anything back, and so you decide to call him around.
Give him a call, yeah, because Jeremy in the interim was texting me, kind of giving me more information on what was going on. So then, of course, I get concerned. I was like, oh wow, what's going on? I mean, so that's, and I didn't hear from Chris, so I called him, and then he did answer.
Yeah.
And so that's when I said, oh, I'll come by, and that night I went over to
Okay.
go see him.
What time do you think you got there to the house?
To the house? It's a guesstimate, honestly. I mean, but it's, I'd say 9:30ish.
Yeah.
I think he called around, I talked to him around, or I called him around 9.
Uh-huh.
And by the time I got off the phone with him, we walked over. It's a guesstimate, but say 9:30.
Sure. So you get there, and who else is there at that time?
Nobody's there, just Chris. He was keeping himself busy by, doing like housework and stuff because he said his mind, which, totally understood that.
Yeah.
And then about 30 minutes later, or whatever it was, Jeremy showed up.
Okay.
And Jeremy, just, I guess in a sense, just trying to be there for a friend or consoling. I'm not really sure what word to use.
Yeah.
This is kind of like, honestly, you're talking about it, it's like a loss of words. You don't even know really what to say. I've never been around that, so.
What was Jeremy's last name? I don't think.
Lindstrom, like Lindstrom, I think, is how it's pronounced, or spelled.
All right, and he's a manager at Longmont Ford now.
He was at Longmont Ford. He's now at a different dealership. He's at it's in Broomfield. It's still Terre Haute.
Okay. So does he live in the neighborhood as well then? Or?
He lives in Erie. He's probably 5-10 minutes away.
Okay.
He's not in our neighborhood, but he lives like, you got 52, Highway 52. He's on the
south side by 25.
Yeah, exactly. And the new building, new houses in there.
Okay. So how long do you stay at the house then?
Oh, at Chris's house?
Yeah.
I'm guessing an hour.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, just talking to him, and he said he was wasn't really tired, but he said he just wanted to lay down and try to get some rest or something like
that.
Something like
what do you recall that he was saying about the situation as you kind of reflect back on it?
That I asked him. Okay, I asked him what was going on. I was like, dude, and he's like, well, he said he didn't know, but he said that they were struggling in their marriage, I guess. He said she went to North Carolina for like 5 weeks. They did like, I don't know if you want to call it a trial separation or whatever.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Look at my radio. Turn it off. Some kind of trial separation for 5 weeks or something. She got back. I guess they kind of talked and tried to work things out. I don't know the inner workings of why they're fighting. I don't.
You didn't know what the difficulties in the marriage were.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't ever. Everybody's got their own thing. I don't get involved in his. And then he said that they did have a disagreement or an argument that morning, and then obviously that's when something.
Yeah. Did he say what that disagreement that morning was or anything like that?
No, he didn't give me any details on what. Just that they're not getting along or something. Just just typical. I just how I took it as typical.
Yeah.
People how they are.
Anything about the kids that you bring up or mention that you remember?
No, nothing other than he was worried about, like, I think one of them has to take meds, and there was no meds taken, like, from the house that he knew of, so that's the only thing he's worried about with the kids, other than being gone.
What did he think had happened at that point?
His speculation was that she left with somebody, doesn't know who, because I did ask that question. I said, well, who would she leave with? Is she seeing somebody? What's going on, dude? And he goes, dude, I don't know if she's seeing somebody or what. I don't know what all the truth is here, but all I know is his speculation was that she left with somebody and she's hiding out somewhere.
Okay.
Not, I don't think abducted.
With the kids or without the kids?
With the kids, yes. Yeah, with the kids.
So left voluntarily with the kids?
Left voluntarily with the kids, and I asked him, I said, do you have exterior cameras? Does Neighbours have exterior cameras? And they didn't just vanish, so someone pulled up or somehow, I don't know if they went out the back or what, but that was my question to him. He goes, he didn't have exterior cameras and he didn't know if his neighbors did.
So how would you describe his mind frame at that time? Was he thinking it was going to be resolved? Was he upset? Was he...
Yeah, I think he was thinking it was going to be resolved, and I think he was thinking that,
you know, if I had to guess, he never said this, but that, you know, obviously he just wants his kids back, is the way I was taking it. I mean, he was concerned for anybody's, you know, well-being for sure, but he was just worried about his kids and getting them back, and you know, I guess where they're at.
Yeah.
His biggest thing was where are they at?
Yeah.
So, I mean, are they hanging out in the neighborhood? Did they get in someone's car and drive out of state?
Yeah.
According to him, he had like no information at all. So I guess it's why y'all are involved.
Yeah. What was your perception? Did he, whether he was surprised that something like this had happened? Was it a shock to him? I mean, what do you remember about his emotions?
He was pretty blank.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, he was not like, oh, I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. He was blank about the whole situation, about like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why she did this. You know, and so yeah, I mean that's it. And you know, he's just kind of like blank about it. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if
Did he bring up like foul play or the possibility that something, you know,
I think
or violent had happened?
I think it was discussed. I don't think he brought it up. I think it's just I don't know if it's like typical conversation when something like this happens, but you know, when Jeremy was there, we're talking. You know, we're kind of talking about this. Is like, you know, what are the odds of somebody being abducted in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. And that's kind of where I said with exterior cameras, not just maybe someone pulling up like that, or maybe. So he never really brought foul play up.
Yeah.
But it was, I think, discussed through kind of, if you want to say, process of elimination, trying to figure things out.
Yeah, and you had mentioned he was doing some housework. Do you remember what that type of stuff was, or?
He was? Oh, yeah. I don't, well, it looked like the carpet was freshly vacuumed. And that's the only thing. I guess the house, they usually keep a pretty neat, tidy house. So I can't really say everything was put away nice, because they usually do. But it looked like the carpet had been freshly vacuumed. I mean, it had the lines from the vacuum.
Yeah. Any, like, cleaning supplies out or things of that nature?
Nope. The only thing I saw him doing, he was making a protein shake.
Yeah.
And just talking, and then he got a phone call. I think it was his mom called him, and then that's when my friend Jeremy called me, and he said, you know, he didn't know exactly where the house was. I said, I'll step outside. I stepped outside, Jeremy showed up, and then we all went back in, and then we talked to Chris some more.
Okay. Anybody else there present other than the three of you guys?
Not I'm aware of. That was it. Just, you know, we kind of gathered in the kitchen, if you want to say, and then kind of outside on the driveway.
Okay. And he basically said he needed to lay down, and at that point you guys left for the evening.
Yeah, he said, I'm not sure. It wasn't like he said he was going to bed. He says he's just going to, you know, lay down, and I don't know if he's rest his mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, so, I mean, I've been in contact with him ever since. My wife made some dinner for him last night. You know, if he wanted, he says, well, he was with, I guess y'all. He said he's with the FBI or something. I was like, well, he said he was done with you guys about midnight or something like that. I was like, wow. I said, okay. I said, well, if you want, it's still there. You can have it tonight. And, so I just kind of been in constant contact, because I figured he'd get some. I said, I know I'm not top on your priority list. I know parents and grandparents, and now obviously, you know, officials need to be. But I said, I would like to be informed if you can, if you do get the opportunity. So that's been our conversation.
What has he been telling you about what's been going on? Any specifics or details or anything like that?
No, just that he. Well, I guess some specifics. I guess he talked to the news, and then I actually saw this morning on the internet. I'm not sure what channel it was, but they did like an interview with him. Let's see. Then obviously the Frederick police, and then last night that's when he said that he was with the FBI.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay, wow. You know, I'll let you go. Let me know what's going on. And so that's about it.
So has he kind of has that theory changed, or has he basically still thought that she's voluntarily gone and with somebody, or has that changed to your knowledge?
To my knowledge, I don't know, because I only seen him, what the hell's today, Wednesday? Monday night. I didn't see him last night because he was gone, and then I was going to see him tonight just to see what his... So I don't know. I haven't asked him that question. I just give me information if you hear anything.
Yeah.
So I was going to actually talk to him about that tonight when I saw him, to say, you know, what are your thoughts still, dude?
Yeah. What do you think is going on? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Any I guess facts that he's told you about? You know, information that he's uncovered or he's discovered anything about their disappearance or anything like that at this point?
No. It's like I said, I haven't really. It's been pretty quick text messages
Yeah.
and a couple quick phone calls. Nothing really, other than, I mean, it's just kind of, I guess, just honestly from my side, it's just baffling. I'm just trying to try to understand this, and I'm just hoping that, she disappeared. She's hiding out somewhere.
Right.
But by now, I mean, she has to know. I mean, it's plastered everywhere.
Right.
And according to him, he did talk to her mom. I guess her and her mom are super close. And I guess her mom knows nothing as well. So that's what scares me is like, I mean, someone's going to... I'm not... You guys don't deal with this every day, but I'm just saying, if I wanted to disappear, I'd still want to be in contact with somebody. I don't think... Not everybody has this CIA mentality where they can just disappear and never talk to nobody again.
Yeah.
And especially her. She's a very family-orientated lady. She loves her kids and all kinds of stuff. So she's not going to just vanish. That's just my perception of Shanann. So
that's actually my next question. Can you kind of describe her as a person and what you know about her, what you?
Yeah, she's. I could say she's a little overbearing, to be truly honest with you. That's my take of Shanann. But she's all in all, she's a good person. I know she's a good mom. She probably is like overbearing with her kids and just too much stuff. But whatever, that's her kids. She can do whatever she wants. But no, she's. I mean, generally, she's a nice person. She's a good person. I've always got along with her. She's always treated me very pleasant.
Yeah.
And so forth and so on. So, yeah.
And within the marriage, you mentioned you don't know the specific struggles they've been having lately, but in the past, has there been marital issues that you've been aware of?
As far as I know, no. As the joke goes, I always laugh with the Facebook. If everybody's lives were as great on Facebook as they actually were. I actually took her off Facebook because she posted every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's pretty, and you can confirm that with probably anybody, but it's like, oh my God, okay, Celeste is doing okay. I mean, it was just kind of crazy. So, as far as that, I just thought they were as happy as a tick on a dog's back, as we say down south.
Yeah.
So it just, I was really honestly surprised. I always thought because their personalities. Chris is very non-combative. He's what's the right way of putting it?
Non-confrontational.
Yeah, non-confrontational. He's perfect for her because she seems to run things. I mean, she's organizes this, gets this. We're going here, and if they're going on vacation, she buys a ticket. She does all that. Chris just kind of goes along with the flow. So and his personality is, like I said, very. Just hanging out, I'll just go with the flow kind of guy. So they seem to me, really good. So, they're not like A personalities clashing.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, honestly, thoroughly surprised. Thoroughly. Because I really thought they were cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they had two little girls, and I guess she's got another baby on the way. I don't know if they were boy or girl, but it's I don't know how far, I couldn't remember how far along she was, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of financial problems, have you ever heard about financial problems or issues that they've been having?
No, I think they're to themselves with stuff like that. I think he does pretty good with Anadarko, and all I know is that she does some kind of Thrive, something like supplements or something. I don't know if she has any other source of income or not, but they seem like, they are okay, but I don't know, honestly. Okay.
But nothing that's, been made aware to you? Or
No. And I think they're pretty much to themselves. They talk to our family and stuff, not friends about their financial situation. But no, they've never disclosed any of that to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What is your sense of what's happened, just based on everything you know about the situation?
My sense, and it's kind of a hope as well as, I guess, as a gut feeling, is that she picked up and vanished on her own, and I hate speculating because.
Yeah. I asked you to. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. So that's my thoughts on it. Just just whether
hope or your speculation.
Well, it's both. I'm speculating and I'm hoping that she's hiding out and everybody's okay. It's just, now maybe she's in this position. She's seeing all this going on, and maybe she's scared out of her mind now, going, oh shit, what did I do?
Yeah.
And now I'm going to be in a lot of trouble with the law. I don't know. I don't know law to say if she is or isn't, but that's my hope and speculation. Yes, that's what she's. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping like hell nobody was abducted and taken, and that's horrible.
Yeah.
And I got kids, so it's kind of like.
Yeah. In terms of infidelity, have you ever been made aware or even just thought that either one of either party was being unfaithful on the other, or had something going on the side?
Nah, not at all. I mean, if there ever was, I would throw it on Shanann, not Chris. Not just because they're both friends. I'd say Chris is more my buddy than Shanann.
Yeah.
But Chris, I would say if there ever was, it'd be Shanann. But as far as do I know, no.
Okay.
None.
All right.
Not that I've been aware of or given any information.
You mentioned that she's expecting. Do you know anything about that? Did Chris tell you about it, or?
No. Now I found out was my wife is still friends with her on Facebook, if you want to say, and she said, did you know after the phone call came through, she goes, did you know Shanann was expecting? And I was like, no idea. I haven't talked to Chris for it's been a few months. Mm-hmm. Just busy, life is, the way life is, just, it's not, hell, we're right around the corner, and it's like, my oldest son lives in Loveland, I see him twice a year, so it's just life, it's just tough. I did not know she was pregnant.
Did he mention it on Monday when you were over there?
I can't remember if he said it. We talked about it, but I can't remember if he said it or I asked. Honestly, I don't remember if he said that she's pregnant. I don't know. We talked about it, but I don't remember who said what.
So there wasn't a reaction that you recall?
No.
About that?
No.
So, and you've mentioned Shanann being on Facebook quite a bit. Has Chris ever been on Facebook?
Chris at one time was, and it was kind of funny because I asked him because he was doing things that were, I hate to say, it sounds sexist, but not guyish. Okay, so and I was like, I looked at it, I was like, did you really write all that shit? That's weird. So I asked him, well, things like, oh my God, I have the most wonderful wife in the world. She made dinner. She does this. I don't know how she keeps up with all this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying a guy can't give his wife props, but just the way it was worded, it sounded not, one, I know Chris, and it didn't, and it sounded more like, So I asked him, I said, dude, what the heck? He goes, dude, I don't put that stuff on there. So she kind of ran his Facebook, and she was putting that stuff on there. So
is he no longer on Facebook?
Yeah, he said he's not on there. Because I went to look it up after I heard. I went to look up his name, and I couldn't find him anywhere. I went, yeah, he's not there no more.
Did you ever ask him why he's not on it, or?
No, I never did. I've kind of a couple times gone and gone. I set it up a long time ago, mine for my business, because it works pretty good. People are like, oh, I didn't know you do that. They bring you work. I've kind of kept it. I've closed it down a few times, brought it back up because I like funny stuff. Sometimes there's some funny things. I'm a FSU guy, grad, so I like to keep up with my Seminoles, and so it's easier to do it through these little things that they have on there. So anyway, I don't know why he did though.
Okay.
Yeah, no idea.
You said that you hadn't talked to Chris in a few months just because of life, busyness.
Right.
When's the last time you saw Chris before Monday?
Last time I seen him was probably, it's been a while, I'd say 4 months ago, probably, if I'm thinking right, at the mailbox cluster. I think I ran into him and we kind of talked for a little bit just to catch up. He's asking about, because I started here like a year and a half ago, and he's asking about, just jobs and, how we're doing and everything. Just basic shit, same thing. It's like how the kids, how Shanann, that kind of shit. So.
What about Shanann? When did you last talk to her?
It's been a long time since I talked to Shanann. I'd say at least a year. Yeah, she's.
What about seeing her?
I think I've seen her in the neighborhood. If I remember right, they were walking once. I think they had they had the babies with them. I call them babies, but they had the kids with them, and they were walking. And they happened to come by I was out doing yard work or something, and just chatted with them for a little bit.
And when you were talking about this trial separation, is that a term that you just came up with, or something that Chris said?
It was, I don't know if he said trial separation. He said they were separated and they were doing it, I don't know if it was I don't know if he said trial or he said just see how they would be apart. That may have been my terms. I've heard that term before somewhere. So that may have been my terms.
And you live in the same neighborhood. Have they mentioned anything about their house, moving, selling, anything like that?
No, not nothing. No signs, nothing about moving, nothing like that. No. I mean, it's kind of funny. I just bought some land down in Florida, and last time I talked to Shanann, she was like, oh my God, you did? And I said, yeah. And she goes, I've moved back to Florida. You know, that's the only place back east. They don't want to go back to North Carolina for whatever, you know, whatever. I like Florida, you know, whatever, people have their thing. But I bought some land down there, and so she said, yeah, if I ever move it. So that's the only thing about moving that was ever discussed. Was that, but it's not like they were going to do it. She just was kind of like, really? Where did you buy it? And, you know, then questioning, you know, where it is and all that stuff.
And then, I think this is all I have, but you had mentioned that you met them. Did they both work at Longmont Ford?
Yes, he's a mechanic, or was a mechanic, and she was in sales. I can't remember who was there first. I don't think they came at the same time. It was Chris. Chris got headhunted as a mechanic out there in North Carolina, and they brought him here to work at Ford. And then I think, if I remember, I don't know the time span, but somehow Shanann came in and started doing sales. And this is before they had any kids, too. So it was just the two of them. And then, whatever the reasons, they both split. They didn't want to be there anymore. And Chris got a better job at the Antarctica, and again, what she does, I don't know. Other than that, thrive.
Is there anyone that you think that you should tell us that we need to go talk to about this?
Let me think.
We got Jeremy on the list.
You got Jeremy, okay, Jerry Lindstrom. The only other people that maybe have or haven't, I don't know their names, and I'm sorry, but they were when we moved into our house before, and Chris helped us move in. And then when their house was built, I returned the favor. And they were living with some folks in Anthem. I can't remember their names. I'll be honest with you, I cannot remember. And Chris would probably tell me who they are. You know what? No, I don't have my phone. I'm not allowed to have my phone on me. But they lived in their basement for quite a while, probably a year, I guess. And I think they were pretty attached to those guys. But I think they now live in Parker. I think they moved from there, and they moved to Parker or something. They must have been pretty good friends to move in with them and live in their basement for a year. Obviously, I'm sure you probably talked to whoever that Nicole. I don't even know who Nicole is. I've never met her. Other than that, no, that's the only people I would know that would maybe know something.
On the topic of Jeremy, would you mind getting his phone number?
Yeah,
just in case.
I'll have to walk you back, or
we can stay here if.
Oh no, I can. Is it the number you call me yourself?
Yeah.
I can text you Jeremy's number.
That would be good, just in case we need to contact him.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's not a problem. When I get back, I'll do it right away, so I don't forget.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of that might be important for us? Like I said, we're just trying to, cross every base and talk to everybody that might have knowledge, and that's what's led us here today.
Well, I don't really have anything else. If I do, I got your number, and I got your card, and I'll be for sure to get a hold of you if I hear anything or see anything or what have you. What was the I can't remember, what was not the charge, but what was they said on the news? What they're saying it's...
We try to avoid the news, don't we?
Yeah, I'm sure. I totally get that. But they had it was not the charge, but what they were saying what was going on.
Like endangered missing person?
That's what it was, endangered missing person. I was like, that's a new one.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Cause,
children are missing.
Yeah, children are missing, they need medication, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
So it qualifies for that.
Is that any leads at all? Anything going on?
A lot of people we're talking to.
Okay. And I know you can't disclose it to me, but I'm just concerned. I mean, mainly for the little girls, I'll be honest with you. And, they're babies.
Do you have any concerns that Chris could be involved?
I really don't. I mean, you're not the first person who's said that, because when you talk about this...
Well, that's where everybody goes. I mean, that's, the people closest to home.
Right. As far as I feel in my heart, I know Chris pretty well. Like you said, he's the lowest key guy I think I've ever met in my life. Go with the flow kind of guy, non-confrontational. But it's you see things almost daily now. There's all of a sudden people say that, and you're like, and you're like, oh, okay. So I mean, I understand nothing can be ruled out. But as far as Chris, in my heart, no, I don't think he had anything to do with anything. That's my...
Cool. Well, we appreciate your time, and like I said, if you wouldn't mind texting me that number, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks for taking that time out of your day.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we should provide. Cool.
You like working here?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, when you work for yourself forever, everything is, you're chasing checks and work. Yeah. Now I got a military retirement, I'll have this retirement, and I'll go back to Florida and I'll be a beach bum.
Where is your property at Florida?
You know Pensacola area? Yeah. So a little out of east, north of Pensacola. A couple acres up there. It's like 20 minutes from the beach, but it's away from everybody if I don't want to be by anybody.
It was just an Orange Beach.
Oh, we're Alabama? I love it there.
It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty. Yeah, the white
For
sand
work,
beach.
so I didn't really get to
yeah, down there the white sand beach is the water, turquoise water. It's just, people are so friendly.
There's some sport fishing too down there.
It's really, and it's cheap living. There's no retirement tax, inheritance tax, state tax. Property taxes, exactly. Property tax is a little bit higher, but it's really, all the other things wash it out and then some. So,
well, enjoy it.
So, it's a few years, but I get the first step done with that. Right. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Thank you. Thank you.
So, yes, Dahmer was the one that died in the prison that Chris is in, and apparently he is bunked with Stephen Avery. But like I said before, they couldn't have probably put him with a better person. Someone who, you know, is super nice and would never kill him, so... Okay, so that was our live feed for, oops, my screen's locked a certain way, sorry. That was our live feeds there for the interviews with the Babysitter, the Neighbours, everybody sort of in and around that area. So, I hope everybody's having a good and safe, happy Friday night. It's TGIF, as I said before. Some of your comments chuckles, some of them have made me cringe. Either way. Come on, switch it over. Oh, well. All right, so. You're funny. You're funny, Millie. Okay, so yeah, so I wanted to make sure that you guys sort of had these, you know, uploads, you had these things you could listen to kind of gather all your information and, you know, your opinions and whatnot. So tomorrow is Saturday, so tomorrow is our live. Tomorrow I'm going to have a new story for you guys. Somebody had contacted me in regards to the Highway of Tears, and it's a piece of highway that's sort of in Canada. There's been many women throughout the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, like it's all the way up until this year that have continuously gone missing on this highway. So it's prompted me to do a story in regards to all of these women. It's fairly interesting, but fairly scary too. So if you guys have some time to join for tomorrow. I will post what time. Probably will be around the 1 o'clock-ish area for Central Standard GMT time. So if you guys are free and you're able to pop in and join and say hello, then that would be great. And I would love to see you, love to chat. Always wonderful for us to spend a little bit of time together and chit chat, and we can sort of bounce the conversation around. Because it's a live, it's less structured, so we'll be able to do that and sort of bounce that conversation all over the place. So if you enjoyed spending some time with me here this evening, you can give the video a like, and please feel in your comments if you have anything that you'd like to hear about this case or questions that you have particularly about this case. I'd love to know what those are, and we can talk about it together. So I thank you guys for joining. Mwah. And you know what, Tammy, I'm so glad that the sweater is a nice soft material. I really wanted to order a sample of the sweater with my logo. I'm actually wearing the t-shirt because I don't like to wear the same things on multiple uploads, right? So I put my t-shirt on because you got your sweater, and I was like, oh yay, I'm gonna put my t-shirt on. We can kind of match. But if you're somebody who's interested in checking out the merchandise store, that link is available here in the feed. You can just scroll up and find that. And yes, I enjoy spending time with you guys. I love your messages, kisses and hugs. Thank you, Tammy. I'm so glad you made it. I'm so glad you finally got here. That's funny. You're a busy girl too. It's okay. Much love to all of you guys. And we'll see you again soon for another show. We'll see you again tomorrow for our live chat. Mwah! Have a great night, TGIF. And we will see me tomorrow here with you guys for TGIS. Somebody keeps suggesting this to me. They're like, just say TGIS. Thank goodness it's Sherry. I thought it was kind of cute, but, you know, I'm really just not that, like, self-centered and, like, you know, self-whatever and, like, all of that. So, I don't know. I thought it was cute, but I don't know. I don't know how much you guys would like that either. So anyways, have a great night, TGIF, and we'll see you tomorrow for our live show. Good night, y'all. Love you, love you. Bye for now.